The resemblance of USA and European countries, or even Scandinavia, strikes everyone immediately, with America being the richest nation on the planet. But equally relevant statistics on homelessness and poverty are almost always ignored. Did it occur to you that more than 600,000 American citizens live below the poverty line and suffer from homelessness? Let's explore the truth about poverty in the USA versus other developed nations. If you find this video eye-opening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more impactful content. As any American debt holder knows, it is much easier to borrow credit for housing and cars than it is to acquire the same things in cash. This is true for every consumer-driven economy, and it's one of the biggest systemic failures of the consumer culture, felt immensely out of proportion in the state where Facebook, Amazon, and Microsoft were born. California takes the lead with the highest unsheltered population, constituting 30% of the national total. Despite substantial investments in affordable housing, the state witnessed a 6.2% increase in homelessness since 2020. In many developed countries, unsheltered individuals receive assistance, but the prevalence in the US is striking. The phenomenon of people living in cars adds another layer to the complexity, prompting questions and financial priorities. New York is the second on the list and has experienced an 18.7% increase since 2020, maintaining a relatively low unsheltered rate of 5.4%. In this state, 47,000 homeless individuals face challenges of affordability despite supportive initiatives. Causes include eviction, domestic violence, and economic disparities. Tens of thousands of people in the US were homeless in 2023 compared to 2022, as high costs of living pushed some of the most vulnerable Americans into shelters and the streets. Homelessness shot up by more than 12% this year, reaching 653,104 people. The numbers represent the sharpest increase and largest unhoused population since the federal government began tallying totals in 2007. Oregon faces challenges with over 18,000 homeless individuals concentrated in the Portland area. The mayor proposes measures, but concerns arise about camping bans and the impact of natural disasters. Housing affordability issues persist, leading to community initiatives, public policy exploration, and a focus on prevention. The situation reflects broader national challenges requiring a multifaceted approach. Numerous reports are stating that about 30% of America's homeless individuals last year were experiencing chronic homelessness, while 40% of homeless people were unsheltered, meaning they were sleeping in tents, on streets, or in cars rather than in a shelter. Cities, especially those in milder climates, have higher rates of unsheltered homelessness than smaller urban and rural areas. Moreover, Arizona saw a 23% jump in its homelessness population. Nevada has over 9,500 individuals without homes, concentrated in Las Vegas. Affordability initiatives, tourism impact, and economic factors shape challenges. Geographic distribution, rapid housing market changes, and community efforts are crucial for effective solutions. Over 15 million children under the age of 18 in the US are poor. A worker within a family of 4 needs to earn $12.73 per hour to reach the poverty level. The United States faces a shortage of over 7.2 million rental homes affordable to very low-income households. Poverty strips an individual of the resources necessary to afford a decent shelter for the long term. Homelessness often precedes hunger due to insufficient financial resources for rent and housing costs. Income inequality is a significant factor contributing to high poverty rates. The top 10% earn more than 13 times the income of the bottom 10%, intensifying the struggle for upward mobility. It emphasizes emolument inequality as a major contributing factor in the United States. This widening income gap makes it increasingly difficult for individuals and families to climb out of this cycle and move into the middle and upper classes. The federal minimum wage is noted as $7.25 per hour, a living wage estimated at $24.16 per hour for a family of 4. revealed a significant gap between minimum wage and what is considered necessary for a decent standard of living. The problems with wages are especially pronounced for workers of certain races. People are working in a banquet hall for $15 per hour, overworked with 13-hour shifts. Despite dissatisfaction with working conditions, people are compelled to stay in such jobs due to limited alternatives. Moreover, children growing up in female-headed families with no spouse rate over 4 times that of children in married coupled families. The U.S. lags in robust social safety nets, with limited benefits providing meager support. For instance, welfare offers a mere $250 for a household of 7, proving insufficiency of the current support systems. The United States does not have universal benefits, such as healthcare or childcare. Some European countries and Canada prioritize comprehensive social insurance programs to mitigate family poverty risks. Families benefit from substantial allowances tailored for children, ensuring cash assistance reaches those in need. Moreover, these nations offer more generous unemployment assistance, providing a stronger safety net during economic downturns. Additionally, robust support for childcare further contributes to the overall welfare of families in these regions. The result of these social policy differences is that they substantially reduce in Europe and Canada. Some areas reported increases due to an influx of migrants who were counted in the general shelter population. Mitigating job losses, housing instability, reduced income, and cutbacks in social services during financial downturns are the major causes. The stark realities also find expression in the poorest states, with Mississippi leading with a poverty rate of 19.4%, accompanied by high unemployment and low graduation rates. In the complex landscape across the United States, certain states bear a disproportionate burden of this crisis, and efforts to address vary across states. As the nation grapples with the intricate interplay of economic disparities, housing shortages, and social challenges, the urgent need for a comprehensive and effective solution remains paramount. The struggle to provide shelter and support for those without a home reflects not just regional issues, but a broader societal concern that demands collective attention and action. Regional variations in housing challenges complicate the national narrative, with states like Wyoming, Nevada, Maryland, and Hawaii experiencing alarming spikes in severe housing cost-burdened households, ranging from 65 to 155% since 2007. Additionally, South Dakota and Maine saw a 59% and 36% increase respectively in doubled households from 2015 to 2021. Despite a decade passing, there's been no tangible reduction in the number of Americans at risk of literal homelessness. Economic factors, including a 40-year high inflation, expiring eviction moratoria, and diminishing emergency rental assistance, heighten these risks. This demands urgent, targeted interventions to address the complexity of housing instability and prevent further escalation. The Western United States exhibits the highest per capita rates of homelessness, emphasizing regional disparities. Despite progress, the challenges persist, particularly in the face of rising housing costs. The U.S. housing market is currently one of the least affordable of all time. Blame it on the Federal Reserve's tightening moves and a speedy mortgage rate surge. Efforts to alleviate poverty employ diverse strategies such as advocacy, education, social work, legislation, direct service, charity, and community organization. At the local and national levels, both governmental and non-governmental organizations contribute to these multifaceted efforts. Successful programs like Social Security and Medicare underscores the efficacy of well-designed policies in its reduction. Targeted programs such as an expanded child tax credit and raising the minimum wage emerge as potential solutions. Poverty is the state of lacking enough energy, possessions, or assets to fulfill a person's needs. Homelessness results from not having enough resources to afford rent and other housing costs. Affordable housing shortages, economic inequality, mental health issues, social safety net gaps, and the criminalization of homelessness are the major factors. Anticipate the impact of financial downturns on job losses, housing instability, reduced income, and strained services. To address the cycle of poverty and the strain on communities, the connection between homelessness, healthcare costs, mental health, and education disruptions need to be recognized. The government should aim for prevention and community-led initiatives while navigating global perspectives and the intersection of climate change. Comment down below on what you think. And if you liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.